Hello students, this is CA Pranchi Rustogi. Hope you all are doing well and staying home and staying safe. So, in this period of lockdown, it's very important to utilize your time productively. So, STBA has started some online classes for you so that you can do something productive in your time. So, today we'll start with the entrepreneurship classes of class 12th. So before starting, I would like to tell you that you can download the soft copy of the book of entrepreneurship, which is provided by CBSE from the website called cbseacademic.nic.in. So this book, you can refer it for your reference since it's provided by CBSE, and you can revise the topics also which I teach in these online classes. Further, let's go through the syllabus of class 12th. It's very important to know the structure of class 12th. All the topics which are covered in class 12th are an extension of the topics which you have covered in class 11th. So let's go through the syllabus. There are total 6 units which we will be covering in class 12. The first chapter is Entrepreneurial Journey. In this chapter, you will learn about the various topics like business opportunity, what is business opportunity, what are its elements, how you can sense business opportunities, and what's the process of creativity, what's the process of innovation, etc. The second unit is enterprise planning, in which you will learn about the various forms of business organization, which will help you when you start a business. It will help you to organize or structure your enterprise. The third is enterprise marketing. As you all know that marketing is really important in these days for any product or service. So in this chapter you will learn about the various aspects or various marketing strategies through which you can promote your product or service for that matter. The fourth unit is enterprise growth strategies. So enterprise growth strategies, why this chapter is important? Because in these times, if you are stagnant, you will not be able to grow in the market. So you need to grow your operations, and in this chapter you will learn that how you can grow internally and externally. The fifth chapter is business arithmetic. So this chapter is a bit analytical. It will help you to analyze the performance of your organization in terms of numbers. So you'll go through various topics like BEP, or I would say return on investment, return on equity, etc. The last chapter is resource mobilization. This will help you to understand that what are the various sources through which you can arrange the financial resource, because funds are the only resource through which you can attain the other resources as well. So this is the structure of your syllabus. Further, your syllabus in numbers, I would say that it is divided into 100 marks and further segregated as 70 marks is your theoretical exam and 30 marks is your practical exam. So 30 marks is again segregated as 20 marks for your project file, 5 marks for your external viva, and 5 marks for your external written examination. So this is the basic introduction for your syllabus for class 12th. So now let's start with the first unit, which is Entrepreneurial Journey. So I'm sure you must be remembering these 3 concepts, which is an entrepreneur, entrepreneurship, and enterprise. We have learnt these 3 concepts in class 11th. So now let's start that how the process of entrepreneurship starts. First, you all know that first of all you should have an idea. So what's an idea? If you want to do the process of entrepreneurship or you want to be an entrepreneur, you should have an idea, right? So what is an idea? An idea, I would say, it's a thought, it's a notion, or it's an expression. Like you saw something, some problem or some needs, and you came up with an idea that this can be resolved with this idea. But you must understand that every idea cannot be used as a business opportunity, because business opportunity and an idea both are two different concepts. So how an idea becomes a business opportunity, it is very important to understand, because when you start a business, this will help you, that if you come up with a lot of ideas, I know you all want to be entrepreneurs. So if you come up with an idea, you need to understand that whether you can start a business enterprise with it or not. So for that, you need to understand that it's a business opportunity or not. So let's see what's a business opportunity, or what are the elements which convert an idea into a business opportunity. First is, you should have an assured market for your idea. That means whatever product you're going to produce or whatever service you're going to provide, there should be customers or a ready market for that product or service. If there are no customers, so to whom will you sell your product or service? So it's very important to have an assured market. So it's very important to do a thorough examination or market survey before starting an enterprise. The next is adequate return. Without profits, obviously no organization can grow. So you need to ensure that it's going to give you some profits, or it's going to give you some return if you implement that idea into an enterprise. Next is entrepreneur's competence. You all know, or you all have learned in class 11, the various competencies an entrepreneur should have. One should be creative, one should be innovative, the entrepreneur should be he should be the one who can face a lot of challenges, like that, etc. I can go on, and you all are aware of those competencies. But if you have them but you don't tap them to the full capability, then they are useless. So it's very important that you use your competencies, your positives, your strengths to convert an idea into a business opportunity. The last is potential for growth. Your organization or whatever idea it is, it should not be limited to a particular thing. You can grow that idea, you can grow that enterprise further. So the idea should have a potential for growth. So basically, these are the 5 things which forms or which are the elements of business opportunity. First, you should have an idea. Second, you should have an assured market. Third is, you should have adequate returns. Fourth is entrepreneur's competence. And the last is potential for growth. Now, I'll tell you about one of the startup examples through which we can understand this concept of business opportunity a little bit more. So, there is a person called Pushpender Singh. He is one of the co-founders of a startup named He's the co-founder of one of the startups named travelkhana.com. So, what's the backstory of this person is, he was a CTO in an MNC, so he was working fine. But then he had that thirst of doing something good for the country, or using his technical skills for creating something new for the country. So once he was traveling, or you can say that he was fond of traveling. So once he was traveling in the train, and he realized that in train you have the lack of availability of good food on the go, because all the stalls which are available, there are limited stalls which are available on the railway platform. So you cannot just order something from the restaurant as per your choice. So your choices are limited. So he came up with an idea there, that there is a need for something, some app or some product or some service based organization which can create a bridge between the passengers who are traveling in the train and the restaurants which are providing the food near the railway station. So what he did was, he created a presentation for his idea, and he presented in front of the railway administrators. But then everybody was a bit skeptical for his idea that whether it can be implemented or not, it is feasible or not, since the network is so huge, etc., etc. But he didn't give up. So what he did was, so now let's come up with this. So he had an idea. Now the first thing is, he had an idea. Now he saw the potential for growth because the railway network and the passengers who are traveling on daily basis in through rails is huge in our country. So he had the potential for growth. Now the next is whether there is assured market or not. Whether, because he wanted to learn that whether the passengers are willing to use his website or his service or not. So what he did was, on pilot basis, he printed some pamphlets, around 200 pamphlets, and he distributed them on one of the Delhi railway stations to the customers. So before that, what he did was, he recruited 2 interns, got them those small mini phones, as he says. So he got those small mini phones for them, and he told them that you might get a call because we have distributed some pamphlets in which that number is given, so that you can order the food. So once they distributed in the night around 3, they distributed all those 200 pamphlets in one train. And then what happened was, he called the intern and he said that, you might get calls, because he was again skeptical that people will call or not. So the intern said that please don't call, because I'm getting so many calls on regular basis, or people are calling me again and again, or a lot of customers are calling me right now. So then what he learned was that there was an assured market for it. So again, you saw how his idea that a passenger needs good quality food converted into a business opportunity. But for that, he did a bit pilot research for that. So this is how this example of travelkhana.com fits, and you can learn more about it on the internet, or you can search about it. But then this is one of the examples which fits into how an idea was converted into a very good business opportunity, and now they are working as a website, they have an application which is available, and they are also working in a call-based service also. So now, to sum up today's class, let's see what an enterprise process is. So what an entrepreneur does is, he first finds out what are the problems and needs which are around him or her, and then they spot an idea or opportunity. So after understanding the problems and needs, you convert it through your creative process, you convert it into a solution, or you find a solution for it. With that solution, through innovation, you create a product or a service. And at last, what you do is, you launch an enterprise. So this is the whole enterprise process, and this is what Pushpender Singh from Travel Khana did. He first found the needs and problems which the passengers were facing. Then he came up with an idea. Then he converted that idea and he found a solution for it, that he can create an application or a website which will be a bridge between the restaurants and the passengers. Next is he launched through innovation, through his technical skills. He developed a website which is a tangible product which everybody can use, or it's a service provider which he provided to the customers. And then he launched an enterprise named travelkhana.com. So students, I hope you all enjoyed today's class, today's lesson, and hope you all revise this topic. So what we learned today: what is an idea? What is a business opportunity? What are its various elements? What's the process of an enterprise? So your homework for today is that what you can do is, you can study various startups, or at least one of the startups, the journey of that startup, how they came up with an idea, how they converted it into an opportunity, and how they formed a business enterprise. It's very important that you do this exercise yourself to understand an entrepreneurial journey of a new startup or an entrepreneur. So stay tuned for the next class. Thank you.